happen with Lawbreakers, right? What's going to happen with the Lawbreakers live servers? I know Lawbreakers is like
Go back to
losing,
Discord.
is like hemorrhaging player base, and it's nuts because I actually want to try the game out, but I don't want to like commit to buying it.
See, my thing is like I saw it and it kind of didn't seem that cool to me. I mean, it looked like an okay game, but at the same time, like all I heard was negative shit about it. That's it. That's all I heard.
But that's
Negative, negative, negative.
That's weird though, because like there's mostly positive reviews for the game on Steam.
And why is it that it's just surrounded with negativity, but it's actually reviewed as a good game? That's something that I've always found confusing about certain games, especially games that get promoted a lot. Certain ones will be shrouded in just negativity,
you got to admit,
even though that it can be well reviewed.
You got to admit that a $30 title is like rare these days, and the fact that people are like blasting it for being, for being whatever.
Right.
Like, okay, I'll give it this much, is that yes, the game does not do enough to distinguish itself in terms of, what it wants to be, either a class-based shooter or an arena-type shooter, like one of his first projects that we know of was, yeah, I mean, Unreal, right? We know that he was one of the masterminds behind Unreal. We know he helped design it. We know he helped build it from the ground up. So, and it is hilarious because I was watching actually a documentary about him, about Cliff, the other day, and how he developed Jazz Jackrabbit, the old DOS game. You're probably too young to know Jazz Jackrabbit.
I'm 20, so yeah, kinda.
Yeah, you're too young.
I'm too young to understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Jazz Jackrabbit. Look it up. Do some research.
I will do some research, but kind of my phone is dedicated to the chat, and the computer has to be on, display.
I'm not saying do it now. Oh, crap. Okay. Guess what?
Why?
Speaking of the diarrhea problem, I gotta go potty. Give me a break here. I'll be right back.
Sir. Well, time to talk about some bullshit. I've been left alone on the stream. This was completely uncoordinated and just random. We had no idea what we were going to be doing as far as streaming goes. We were just kind of like, you want to stream? I guess I'll stream. That seems like a good idea. Let's just stream. We're going to be streaming. That's what we're doing the stream. We decided to go streaming, so we went streaming. Don't judge me. This was completely uncoordinated, and I had no idea what was going to be happening. I mean, I guess this beauty's still here. Just gonna stroke it. While waiting for him to return. Gonna make creepy faces into the camera. Is this scary yet? Am I at the level of creep that is okay yet? We hear you shitting. You're going to watch this later and you will die. Hopefully of laughter. Frankie boy, don't leave me alone. I don't want to go silently into that dark night. I mean, I guess I could just check up on all this bullshit that I have here. With my iron fist. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I took some screenshots of Knights of the Old Republic. You want to see that? No? Okay. I don't know what to do then. I don't know. Somebody help me. Hey, that's my brother. I forgot I have him on Xbox now. Somebody give me something to talk about. I'm bored and lonely. Jesus Christ, 1,350? Nope. Yawn. Coder 2. Coder 2. So many Knights of the Old Republic things. Way too many Knights of the Old Republic things. Should probably have taken a chill pill with the Knights of the Old Republic thing. Oh, there's Final Fantasy stuff on here. I forgot I even had Final Fantasy stuff. With my iron fists. I'm bored and lonely and have no idea what I am doing. Come back! I hear you shitting. Or somebody throwing things. One of the two.
Yes. Yes, I have returned. I have returned. I have returned.
I've been so lonely!
Good. You'll be lonely.
Asshole. Been so damn lonely.
That's what I just used. You're very astute, Sam. That's what I've used. I've used my asshole.
Yes, well, you
ever take a dump so hard that like big chunks of fecal matter just plaster themselves to the inside of the bowl? Because that's what I just had.
This is great stream. Great stream. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 content. PewDiePie level content here. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Fire is lit.
It's so lit. It's
all
good.
Right.
It's real good.
But yeah, Cliff. He's on his way out. He's doing on to greener pastures. And I think I wish him the best.
I have no idea what I want to wish him, because I do not play any of the games that he created.
You've never played Unreal?
I mean, I'm talking like the games at the moment. The newer ones. The ones that are a little bit more relevant.
The new Unreal tournament isn't relevant. That's been going pretty good.
Nope. Radical Heights. That was, is that being canceled? I'm pretty sure you said that was.
I don't think it's being canceled because the publisher still has it. So as long as the publisher is still running, like you have the developer and you have the publisher, right? Right. And a lot of people equate the developer as the publisher, like the people who made like Sega, right? Sega. We know they no longer make console games, but they still develop games, right?
We also make Sonic.
They do still make Sonic. We also know that they do still publish some of their own titles,
albeit very rarely.
But they still do publish some of their own titles, which is like one of the things that makes it real easy to muddy the waters of, are they a developer or are they a publisher?
A publisher.
Right? A publisher.
Can we get off the shit subject here?
Is it a shitty topic?
These are really some shitty puns.
Oh man. That's toilet humor, and we'll be having none of it.
Well, I mean, you know, there's just a bunch of toilet humor anyway.
Oh man. But yeah, like the difference between a publisher and a developer is a very thin line. The developer actually puts the code in and all the modeling or the sprites, what have you, depending on how the game is made. The publisher just slaps their name on it and sells it to you.
Ah. So the developers do the work, and the publishers take credit for it.
Pretty much like Havoc, right? The Havoc engine is used by a lot of companies, right? Unreal is used by a lot of companies, but the developer of Unreal is Epic Games, right? We also know that they did Fortnite.
Fortnite. Amateur. Fortnite.
But yeah, that's basically where we're at. Is the difference? The difference is minor.
So Radical Heights isn't technically canceled. It's just, you know, losing its developing company.
Well, the company that developed it, yeah.
So I guess it's going to be given to somebody else then, probably?
Well, yeah, the publisher owns the rights to it, so the publisher can just take it somewhere else, or they can just outright scrap it. Let's face it, like, as neat of an idea as Radical Heights is, I don't think it's going to get off the ground very well. Like,
probably not. This whole Battle Royale thing is already kind of starting to decline. And it's now, it has its top 2 games, and that's about it. You don't hear anything on anything else.
Yeah.
Radical Heights kind of got up there,
then,
but then it just kind of...
Even then, I think there's a decline, at least in the West here, there's a decline in, in like Fortnite and PUBG. Whereas adversely, like in China, Fortnite is becoming insanely popular because it's free and not everybody can own a PC in China. And they can go to the internet cafes and just play all day there. So I think like it's getting more popularity over in China, and it's.
It was only a matter of time before that whole Battle Royale thing started dying out anyway. Like,
well,
don't get me wrong, Battle Royale is a fun game mode. It is.
Yeah.
But to have an entire game centered around just the one mode will get stale pretty quickly.
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. Games like Overwatch, I think, will start to become more relevant again. Unreal, like I've mentioned a couple of times, will start to pick up steam because people will want that deathmatch experience, I think. To kind of switch over from Battle Royale, and things will just come full circle again. And then before long, we'll be back to, like, puzzle shooters, like Bust-A-Move.
I have actually not heard of that.
You've never heard of Bust-A-Move?
Fun.
Bust-A-Move's awesome. It's made by Taiko Games, I think. They're these little. You get on the side. There's these little dragons that just like dance around on the corners of the screen.
Just bust
and
move.
There's a little dial that like turns that you can turn, and it shoots little colored bubbles all over the place.
So it's a shmup. It's a shmup, but it's not a shmup.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shoot 'em up.
It's a puzzle. No, it's a puzzle game. You throw bubbles around at other bubbles to try and match them up, and they
it's
pop.
One of those things.
Yeah.
One of those things.
It's actually quite a lot of fun. I used to play it at the arcade all the time. And I used to play something similar to Bust-A-Move on Dreamcast. I don't know if it was Bust-A-Move, but just something similar. Seriously, check it out. That's my recommendation for this week.
My recommendation for this week is Knights of the Old Republic 2. Not really.
Knights of the Old Republic!
I've actually been playing way too much Knights of the Old Republic 2. I've put in almost 40 hours into this one save file again, and I just started a new game on the PC with all the content
restored. It is so easy to lose time on that title, or at least on KOTOR. It's so easy to lose time on that.
KOTOR 2, the only disagreement I have is that a lot of the content that was cut from it should have been finished. And it wasn't, and it was so disappointing.
The original Knights, I put in like 120 hours, something like that on it. Put a lot of time into that game. Hell.
I'm
because there were
ashamed.
so many paths.
I would be ashamed if I didn't love the game so much to tell you how much I've put into Knights of the Old Republic 1. And I'm not talking about one save file. I'm talking about every character, every save file,
It's
every
too easy.
version. I put in at least 10 hours on the phone. I've put in God knows how many hours on the original Xbox. I'm sure it's well over 500 hours. I can tell you that.
It's way too easy to lose time on that game, and that's um
Especially if you're just going for all the different side quests and trying to level up as much as possible and trying to find, if you're going for what I tried to do in my most recent run of Coder, going for all the like unique armors and weapons.
yeah.
Oh, that takes forever. And even then, you're just lucky because some of them you just stumble across. It's like, oh look, there it is.
So I am almost ashamed to admit that there's only one other video game that I've spent more time on, and that is Overwatch. I have almost 400 hours in Overwatch.
I've never gotten the whole deal with Overwatch.
And
I've never really gotten the whole deal with a lot of
Bacol,
online-only games.
Before we get to that, before we deal with your stuff, this is since October that I have this many hours on. Since October. Early October. Like the first week in October. That I have since then.
Bruh.
No, seriously. Like, that's just on Overwatch. But to talk, to basically touch on it, it's like, it's a great experience if you're playing with friends. Like, it's something that you just do to play with friends.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 modes, and I'll speak to you because nobody's watching me, and I don't fucking care.
There's nobody even watching on my channel anyway.
Yeah.
No
but
chats,
the way
no
that
speaks.
Hello, empty chats. But the way Overwatch works is that it's an objective-based game that requires a lot of teamwork in order to be successful.
From what I hear and from what I've seen, it's just Team Fortress 2 reskinned.
Well, the developers aren't ashamed to admit that a lot of inspiration was taken from Team Fortress.
A lot of inspiration. Hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just make it, look a little different.
Well, no, there's differences. There's a lot of differences. Because for one, it's not like the focus isn't on the deathmatch brawling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worth checking out.
I definitely do find the lore behind the characters interesting, like the different animations that are released for them, or the different stories that go back for them.
Here's
the lore behind the characters and the fan-made things for certain characters are always really interesting.
Here's my problem with Overwatch, right? Mm-hmm. The game has no story mode in and of itself, which I've learned how to like get past that for certain titles, like for certain genre of games. Like I know if I pick up a Call of Duty game, the story isn't going to be that great, but at least it'll have a story mode.
Right.
Whereas if I go into like back in the day when I used to play Unreal, right? I used to play Unreal a lot when I was a kid. And I knew that didn't have a story, so I just go in and play. And part of the problem for Overwatch with me is that they come up with these backstories for these characters,
and then you want to learn about them.
Well, no, it's not even that. Is you put these backstories out for these characters, and it's glorified fan fiction. Like the characters in and of themselves, their personal background has no bearing on the gameplay, has no bearing on what's going on in the game. And you don't need it you don't need any of that context to actually play it. It's something It's mindless. It's like watching a Scooby Doo movie. It's just mindless entertainment. It's like watching Transformers. You pick it up and you don't think about it. You just hop in and you try to not die.
Right.
And that's what
Just
it comes
let
down
me live,
to.
damn it.
I mean, that's basically what it comes down to.
See,
So
for the most part with me is I have to have some kind of story in a game. Like with, I have to have at least a story in part of the game to get me into it. Because, like with the original Star Wars Battlefront,
yeah,
no story. I waited until it was $10 on sale for the deluxe edition.
are you
Got it on
talking
$10.
EA's Battlefront?
Yeah.
Or
EA's
okay,
Battlefront.
you can't say original Battlefront. You have to say EA's Battlefront.
The first EA Battlefront. The first EA Battlefront. The reboot.
It's not even a reboot. You can't even call it a reboot. It's a
I don't even know why they slapped Battlefront on it. It's just they just bring disgrace to the
Star Wars, generic multiplayer shooter.
You heard of Overwatch? Well, this is that shit, just Star Wars.
Well, not really, because each character has in Overwatch they have unique abilities, which really like.
And in Star Wars, it's just clones.
This is clones or droids, which take your pick.
Get ready to
And
tear
then-
this clankers into scrap metal.
And then, of course, you have the. I'm just
Watch
gonna
those
keep
wrist
trucking here.
rockets.
Of course, you have the Sith and the Jedi, who are basically clones of each other that have the same shit.
Kind of, sort of. Although,
I mean, you can force you can force throw as a Sith, whereas you can't really force throw as a Jedi.
As far as like in the actual stories go, yeah, they can do whatever the other one can. The Jedi choose not to use certain powers because it's evil.
I don't know. I look at it this way: if you have a job that needs doing, and you have certain tools in that toolbox that have to be used for the job to get done properly, then you should use all the tools in that toolbox.
That's why I could not be a Jedi, and I'd have to be a Dark Jedi. That would be the classification of Dark Jedi, is you could fight for good and still do things that go against the Jedi code. You just be labeled
It's like
as a Dark Jedi.
you look at the Sith, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all about just like they basically just do whatever you want. Is basically the Sith code. I know I'm very much oversimplifying here.
Yeah, that is a very extreme simplification of the Sith there.
But
Extremely.
you know, you'll forgive my glibness, because I'm going to give an extreme oversimplification of the Jedi. They want everything to be peaceful at all costs, and you can't really have peace when something else seeks conflict, right? When something else is actively seeking conflict and going out of its way to make sure that there's said conflict, right? You can't have that. You have to just realize that shit's gonna happen, and in that sense,
well, okay. Why?
Why what?
That thump. My phone just fell over.
Good job. But in that sense, the Jedi are just big fucking babies who are adverse to change. Whereas the Sith, they're very much like, yeah, change. Shit happens.
See, that's something that I've always, I used to look up to the Jedi as a kid. My brother always taught me to be a Jedi and everything. And then I'm like, why would you want to be a Jedi? As I grew older, I was like, why would you want to be a Jedi when you have to walk this extremely narrow path that limits and hinders not only everything that you do, but hinders and limits everything around you, whether it be the people, whether it be the environment. It just, you can't accept anything as a Jedi. You can't accept change. You can't accept, different little things. And it's just, ugh.
Here's the big problem with the Jedi. All right, here's the biggest problem with the Jedi. That is that they are in and of themselves inherently hypocritical. In and of themselves.
That has been one thing that drives most of the Jedi Civil Wars that I've noticed, especially the one that occurred right after the Mandalorian Wars, is that they became extremely hypocritical. And when they found out that, there were Jedi who could go to war, defend people, and still feel as if they're walking the right path, the Council were like, aneurysm. We can't have change.
Yeah, they can't. The Council especially do as I say, not as I do. We
can't have change, conform, or die.
That's a huge problem, I think, and that's
resist your dark side. We are the dark side, even though we're good.
Where I think honestly, the Jedi would have been much better off embracing that darkness, understanding that darkness, and doing everything they can to not fall to that darkness.
Now, see,
because when you deny what you are, when you deny your basest instincts, when you deny the universe, right, for what it is, you open yourself up, and it sounds like a catch-22, but it really isn't. You open yourself up to becoming hatred incarnate, right? I mean, look at everything that's going on in the world today, right? We deny ourselves so many freedoms for the sake of an ideology, right? We go out of our way to the point where, and I saw this on Twitter the other day, someone actually wishing death on Melania Trump during her surgery because she doesn't agree with Melania's husband's political leanings.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this out here. Whatever politician I don't agree with, all of them, whatever person I don't agree with stance, to wish death upon them or wish any physical harm is just wrong. Now, at the same time, it's like, if they get hurt, I won't necessarily care. It won't affect me. Like your stance. Doesn't affect my daily life. Why should I?
If it doesn't affect me, no. But there's that
to literally wish death upon them. How can you even call yourself a human? Because though not everyone stands where you stand, and though everyone stands on this point of, that could be bad, that could be good, it's all a perspective kind of thing, where your morals are, where their morals are. That's a debate for a different day. But at the same time, we're all human and all life is precious. And to wish death upon another human being for a disagreement in what they believe and what you believe at our very core is just wrong. Now, say if, they were straight up murder, went out and just, I'm gonna just go shoot this person. Bam! That's a different story.
There's something there's something human about going out and murdering someone with your own two hands. But that's not to say that it is or isn't the right thing to do. Because I personally feel that morality is objective. If you feel it's the right thing to do...
Morality is subjective. Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is it's not objective. You can't just say that this particular thing is moral, right? And the proof that we have for that is, look at religion, right? Christianity says
they started wars.
wrong.
They started wars many times.
Many times, right? But when you look at one of the tenets of Christianity, "Thou shalt not kill," right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% written in stone, so to speak. Actually, not even figurative. Literally, it's written in stone. Thou shalt not kill. And then when you look at something like Islam, right? This is not a criticism. It says in the Quran, go out and kill the infidels, unless you have friends among them. In which that translates loosely into kill everybody but your friends. Kill those who are unfriendly toward you. Or, any of the other dozens of translations you can make from that. But it does say go out and kill people. So
morality is definitely subjective.
It has to be subjective. We're not going to get into this whole big existential crisis.
The way I look at it is I look at it away from the Punisher's perspective. He had a moral standpoint of, this is a line of good and evil. I kill, though it could be considered evil. In his mind, it's good.
It's well, no, he knows that it's wrong, but he also recognizes that it's a necessary wrong. It's necessary for him to do this, which means that it's morally justifiable, because he takes the evil elements of society out of society.
Right.
By taking the law into his own hands.
Which, from my moral standpoint, if there is a evil part of society, say someone is a crack dealer and has murdered several people for crack or something like that, perfectly fine if, they were taken out. That wouldn't bother me whatsoever. Say that was the law to where you shoot to kill a crack dealer. Wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, we're getting into too many serious subjects.
This is what happens when we don't plan shit.
Happens.
And we just we're just gonna throw shit.
We need to start planning shit. But I want to go back to Overwatch for a little bit, because if you haven't had the chance to play it, there's going to be a great opportunity to do so in the next couple of days here.
I played it when it came out for free a little bit ago.
Yeah, there's going to be a free weekend. And it's definitely a game to play with friends, and the experience is a lot better on the PC, believe me.
Well, currently I have no friends that play Overwatch anymore, and I actually... On Xbox?
Well, not on Xbox. You've got a good PC now. You can play it on PC.
Yeah, I ain't paying for it, though. Fuck that.
You don't got to pay for it. There's a free weekend coming up.
Is it on Steam? Free weekend on Steam?
No, you just download the Blizzard app.
Blizzard app, I gotta do that. Gotta do that.
And the free weekend is $5.25 to $5.28. In which case, you'll be able to get it for $20 because it'll be half off.
Right. No, and speaking of the planning shit. Speaking of planning shit, I'm going to have to figure out. We're gonna have to figure out new times for the stream, because my schedule has been changed. So I'll talk more on that subject.
It's
later.
been turned into a hand. It's been fisted right up the butt. And been turned into a meat puppet.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. That's kind of how Speedway is doing it right now. You will do as we say.
Cole the butthole meat puppet.
Ah, yes. That is such great name. Great name.
Yeah, it's it feels good, doesn't it?
If this video gets more than 20 likes, I'll change my Twitter name to that.
Cole the butthole meat puppet.
Or my just my Twitter bio or something like that. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna make it.
We need to get 20 likes though. That is
20 combined likes.
20 combined likes on my video.
No. If you get 18 and I get 2, that still counts.
Okay, fine. Fine. It
If
has
you
to be
get
an
10 and I
overall
get
20. It has to be an overall 20.
It has to be within the earshot of whoever's watching this. Which let's be honest, I don't think anyone's gonna watch this crap.
I doubt it. Which is the
Crap.
reason why I'm so confident in saying this.
Prove us wrong, internets.
Prove me
us
wrong,
wrong.
internet. Prove me wrong, prove him wrong. Prove the meat puppet wrong.
Cold butthole puppet. Hashtag cold butthole meat puppet. 20 likes. Let's see 20 likes. It could be 5 likes here, 10, 15 likes there. It could be 1 like there, 19 likes here.
Shoot. If need be, I will literally do a tweet with the hashtag Cole the Butthole Meat Puppet. I will make it a tweet.
Let's see if we can get that
hashtag.
trending. Let's see if we can get that trending, alright? See if we can get that sweet hashtag going by the end of the week.
Oh, it would be hilarious if it started trending.
Just send your dumbest gifts to the hashtag Cole the Butthole Meat Puppet. All one word.
Yep. No capitals, no spaces, no punctuation, none of that.
Just one word.
Just one word. Cole the Butthole Meat Puppet. It's great. It's a great idea. I can see it now. Fucking headlights. There's gonna be a big Broadway sign that says hashtag Cole the Butthole Meat Puppet.
Oh, and the twist is Cole will have to change his name to that, but he'll have to use Leet Speak to do it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. C073.
Oh no. Oh no. I believe we're starting to cross lines.
There is no line. Only Zool.
Only Zool. What?
Oh my god. I was actually in a game of Overwatch the other day where we had a Mercy player on our team and their name was Zool.
Are you a god?
Then die.
One thing I do like about Overwatch is I used to like watching Jacksepticeye play it, and there was one time he went and played it, and there were like these people, oh, you sound like that YouTuber guy, and it's just fucking hilarious their reactions to it.
It's just trolling them.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, what, really? No. That's something I enjoy about watching other YouTubers play major games and just going in and chatting with people. And all these people are like, huh, you sound like this guy, or you seem like this guy, or you remind me of this. And it's like, oh, if only you knew, but you'll find out soon enough.
If only you knew. Hang on, I can do this. I can do this.
I found Iron Man. Now all we need to do is get Captain America's lazy hobo ass in here.
I can do this, Cole.
And no spoilers. Ain't seen the damn thing yet.
Spoiler alert, they all die.
You son of a bitch.
They all die at the end. I can do this.
And that is what... And Avengers 4 will literally just be their funerals.
An hour and a half of funeral.
Yeah,
and now the funeral for Spider-Man. Oops. I can do this. I'm going to have
to beat you now.
I know I can do this.
I'm going to have to beat you now. You know this, right?
I can't get it out over my earphones.
I'm going to have to find you. I'm going to have to shank you with a rock.
You know where to find me. Come find me, bitch.
I'm going to have to shank you with a rock.
Everyone dies except Thanos.
Thanos saves all.
By killing them.
It's a great plan. They can't die if they're already dead.
You know what we're going to talk about next week, though? What we have to talk about?
Oh, no.
Video game movies versus movie video games. It's gonna be a real ugly topic.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be dirty.
You know, there are definitely some great
It's gonna be
video game
dirtier
movies
than
recently, but
it's gonna be dirtier than a shit-covered toilet bowl at a truck stop restroom.
that's bringing back some memories that I don't want to talk about.
Dude, you just turned green. You turned greener into the dead Hulk. Oops.
Yeah. So I don't think I've told you this story, but a lot of people know this story. I used to work at a Duke and Duchess, and I got really, really sick and had to leave work for like 2 weeks after I just got hired in for like a week, barely finished my training.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was bad. They actually thought that I had quit or just stopped. You know, they expected me not to come back. I brought a doctor's note saying when I'd be back or when I was able to come back. You know,
And
I lost like 20 pounds. I, couldn't eat or drink. But, I
that's
came
a
back,
great diet plan. Shit, let me know. What'd you do?
got strep throat and mono at the exact same time.
Oh, that's too much work.
Yeah. But, I went back to work, and my first day back was second shift. So, I sat there and, went about my normal day as working on second shift. And one of my managers comes up and she's like, Cole, you remember how to clean the bathrooms? And I'm like, I mean, it can't be that hard. I spray some shit, I wipe some shit, done.
Little did he know about the shit part being literal.
Right? Oh boy.
Oh.
So I go and get all the stuff that I need to clean the bathrooms. And I get it there and I block off the bathroom. And Tim, I don't know if you're watching this, but you'll more than likely see this. So hi Tim, you'll remember.
Hi Tim. How's it going, Tim?
Hi Georgie. Watched it last
They all
night.
float down here, Georgie.
I watched it last night. I can't get that one scene of Georgie just being snacked on out of my head.
I refuse to watch the new movie. But continue your story.
But anyway, so I get to the bathroom. I get to the bathroom. I'm still kind of sick, and my nose is kind of stuffy. And I sit there and, what the fuck is that smell? I start looking around. I'm like, okay, it's probably just the men's bathroom. Some guy just probably took a shit. That's all. I go and I start cleaning the men's.
Took a shit.
I start cleaning the men's bathroom. Everything's fine. Everything is just fine in the men's bathroom. It's sparkling freaking clean now. So I'm like, oh dear, it's gonna be the women's restroom, isn't it?
We know how shitty women's restrooms are. Oh my God. Ladies, just a brief side note. We gotta put up with a lot of crap, okay? And when we work in places that have public restrooms, please do us a favor. Pick up your used tampons off the floor, please. Thank you.
From a gas station clerk, yes, please. Stop it. It's disgusting.
There's
Stop
a little
leaving your
box right
crack
next to
pipes.
There's a little box right next to the toilet. It's easy. You just drop that shit in there.
But anyway.
Continue.
I decide to go clean the largest stall in the women's bathroom first. It's not that bad. There's a couple of pieces of toilet paper on the floor. I got gloves on. I clean it up. And then I go to clean the final stall in the bathroom. And I open up the door. And what absolutely terrifies me is that before I can even finish just inching the door open, I already start to see shit on the wall.
Like a chimpanzee had gotten in there and just started smearing feces all over?
Yeah, kinda. I sit there and I push open the door, and when I push it open further, the more terrified I become, because it's literally, there's just shit everywhere in this stall.
No one prepared me for this!
I had been out of work for several months beforehand, and then I was out again for 2 weeks, and I come back to this shit, and I was,
Ladies and gentlemen, he literally came back to that shit.
yeah. And what worries me the most is that it looked like the woman had trouble shitting, or it was explosive, or it was something.
Or they
Because
went
it
in with a
looked like
colostomy bag and just like
looked
blew
like
it
she
up
had
with an
wiped.
with an M80.
It looked like she had wiped her hand onto her ass and then gripped the bowl like she was riding a goddamn bull. I could make the handprint out. I could make
Look,
the
it's fingerprints.
handprint out of this shit-covered hand, and I can only imagine the extreme bowel trouble this woman was going through. It was just...
You'd have to be in order to clutch onto a public restroom toilet bowl. Shit, I won't even use those unless I put like 12 layers of toilet paper down on the seats.
No, and it was just... There was just shit everywhere. Well, after about 20 minutes of fucking scrubbing, it's done. It's
Fucking
done.
scrubbing, ladies and gentlemen. He's using his cock to scrub.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to sit there. I put on 3 layers of gloves. That's how much of a freaking clean freak on those things I am. Just,
Only 3?
Nah. Oh, there was plenty of bleach, don't worry.
For you. I got a better story for you. I'll let you finish.
I'm not done.
I'll let you finish.
I'm not done. Because the best part is the part that I found out about last. I finished cleaning. I done bleached everything by now. The only thing I have left to do is gather the trash. And something still smells like shit.
Is there a big turd in the toilet in the trash?
No. I open up the trash can to get the trash bag out. And her lace thong, covered in shit, was in the trash bag.
Which, ladies and gentlemen, Cole took home and immediately yanked the toad to.
Oh god, you're really gonna make me sick. Dude.
Speaking of sick, alright, I used to work at a buffet, right? I used to work at a buffet. I'm not going to say which buffet because they're all equally disgusting, and if you eat a buffet, then you deserve what you get. But I used to work at a buffet, and I had one of my managers come back to me. I used to be a dishwasher in a buffet, so
dishwasher?
You want to know about a nightmare job? That is a nightmare job. Okay, I've done janitorial work.
Amount of dishes.
No. There's no end to dishes in sight. So what happened is his manager comes up to me and he goes, "Frank, I need you to go clean out the men's restroom." Okay, no problem. Doesn't tell me what's wrong with the men's restroom. I go in there. I look at the floor. There's piss all over the floor. Some little kid went in there, dropped his pants before he even got to the fucking urinal, and there's piss all over the floor. All right? So I close off the bathroom. I go get the mop and bucket. I come back. And another little kid had just darted out of the restroom. I go into the restroom. He had puked into not 1, not 2, but all 4 of the sinks in the restroom. And we're not talking, just a little bit here and there. No, we're talking to the brim, right? To the brim. There was puke all over the counter, inside the sink.
I can tell you exactly what he did to make him puke that much.
He ate too much fucking food.
Yep.
Gee, you go to a buffet and
too
eat
much.
too much. What happens? You don't have any room in your stomach, you little fucker. So, I waylay cleaning the piss off of the floor. All right, I go back and I get my big dishwashing gloves out because I figure, I'm just going to clean the bathroom. I don't need my big dishwashing gloves. It'll be fine. So I get my big dishwashing gloves, and I get another few pairs of latex gloves, and I just go ahead. I've got 4 pairs of gloves on, not counting the big plastic dishwashing gloves.
Right.
And I start scooping the vomit out of the sink into the trash can in the bathroom.
You couldn't
Okay?
pay me enough to do that.
Oh, you have no idea. It took me an hour and a half to clean the vomit out of the sinks. Then I get done scooping the vomit out of the sinks. I give them a good clean down. I give my gloves a good clean down. I go
Hold that
back
thought.
to...
The tiny human has awakened.
Oh, this is going to be spicy. This is going to be spicy when he comes back.
Meh.
So you done? You done?
Ask him, not me.
Ask him. I thought I was. All right. So I finally get the sinks cleaned out, and I'm ready to start mopping the floor, mop up all the piss on the floor, and take care of the toilets, right? The commodes in the back of the restroom. One of them is stuffed up with toilet paper. The other stuffed up with shit. So I had to go out and get the snake and literally hand snake the fucking shit out of the toilet, and then hand snake the fucking paper towel out of the other toilet. Hooray!
That's just wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh, the
that was
horror
the best
stories
night
of
of my
working
life.
public. The horror stories of working anywhere where there are public restrooms.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are probably much worse situations, but just damn.
That alone, that little just from that little situation in and of itself, I will never work at another buffet ever again. Not happening. Because I'm not going to deal with that again. I'm not going to deal with some kid overeating and then losing his chunks all over the place. We had to actually close the buffet down once because some kid had puked all over one of the bars, one of the salad bars.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
From one end to the other. It was like it was like watching Slimer going on an eating spree.
Mommy, I threw up. Where'd you throw up, sweetie? All over the salad. God damn it, sweetie.
Oh man. This is the worst. This is the worst episode we've done so far.
Who cares? Nobody's
But
gonna
I'm gonna
watch
call
it.
it.
Who cares?
I know no one's gonna watch, but I'm gonna call it a night for myself, because I'm starting to feel tired as fuck. We've been going for our mandatory hour. So if you enjoyed this, leave a thumbs up, leave a subscribe. If not, well, leave a thumbs down and tell us how much we suck. Until next time, guys. Thanks for watching.
Just say weeb. Just say weeb. Be a
Weeb.
troll. Be trolls.
And I'm out.